This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
Representative Tom Dent returned to work on Thursday after he was hospitalized on Wednesday evening.
The city of Wenatchee held a public forum and open house on the Confluence Parkway construction project on Wednesday night at the Confluence Technology Center in Old Station.
As climate change leads to longer, hotter summers, Washington apple orchardists might want to invest in netting.
The Othello Huskies and Quincy Jacks softball teams were both coming off of a pair of big wins on Saturday.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
Representative Tom Dent returned to work on Thursday after he was hospitalized on Wednesday evening. The Moses Lake Republican was taken to the hospital after experiencing dizziness on the floor of the State House. Emergency medical personnel were called and Dent was taken to Providence St. Peter Hospital in Olympia. In a statement issued on Thursday, Dent said there was speculation he was having a heart attack, but tests revealed his heart is in good condition. He said he's been recovering from walking pneumonia the last couple weeks and went to the hospital as a precaution. Dent, who was given fluids at the hospital and released Wednesday night, said his energy is low but he feels fine. He also thanked everyone for their concerns and encouraged people to make their health and well-being a priority. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
The city of Wenatchee held a public forum and open house on the Confluence Parkway construction project on Wednesday night at the Confluence Technology Center in Old Station. The meeting drew a standing room-only crowd and gave the region's residents an opportunity to learn more about the ambitious undertaking and its potential impacts to existing infrastructure, as well as ask questions of city project managers and interact with various materials like maps and artist renditions related to the venture.
We really believe that this kind of investment is a game changer for our valley and that the community needs to own it. We believe that this is about the community and building a better community. And so I'm thrilled about tonight. A lot of people turned out. It shows us the interest in the topic, and I'm excited to keep working. It gives you energy to keep working on this on behalf of our whole valley.
The estimated $90 million project would implement an arterial bypass running parallel to North Wenatchee Avenue and add a second bridge spanning the Wenatchee River that would directly connect with U.S. Highways 2 and 97. The two-lane corridor would extend Miller Street south to Euclid Avenue, as well as modifying Miller's intersection with North Wenatchee Avenue to allow for a greater volume of southbound traffic flow. It would also force the relocation of a portion of the Apple Capitol Loop Trail as well.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime size project for the city of Wenatchee. You do these big ones once every 20, 30 years. As I mentioned in the presentation, the last real big one was Odobashan Bridge when they built that. And so this is on that scale. And so, again, thrilled to be a part of that and trying to move this forward for the community.
Additional federal grant funding must still be secured before the venture can break ground, but city officials are hoping to be able to start construction by 2023 and will be working on aligning their compliance with all of the project's many environmental requirements in the interim.
In the coming months, we're going to work pretty hard on these environmental studies and trying to understand better all the environmental issues to try to get broad-based support. And then, in September, we'll find out whether we were successful in the grant application. So we're just going to keep chugging it away, and when we land the money, and it will happen sooner or later, we'll be able to move forward. The more we work on it, the more we're ready, the better the chances are for securing significant funding.
Reporting for iFIBER 1 News, I'm Chris Hansen.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
As climate change leads to longer, hotter summers, Washington apple orchardists might want to invest in netting. Growing apples in the Cascades rain shadow is challenging enough, but tree fruit research professor Lee Kalsitz has studied apple output as it relates to climate and finds higher temperatures and earlier blooms pose a threat to commercial apple crops.
When we shift that bloom time earlier, they're experiencing warmer temperatures when that fruit is maturing. And those warmer temperatures during fruit maturation can cause issues with fruit quality, fruit sunburn. That fruit is really susceptible to losses at this when it starts to ripen and gets close to harvest.
Apple sunburn tends to happen in temperatures above 90 degrees, and it's the single largest contributor to fruit losses in Washington. In a presentation Wednesday sponsored by the Apple STEM Network in Wenatchee, Kalsitz said research shows overhead netting across apple orchards may help. Netting also appears to lead to taller, fuller trees. The soils below retain more water, and the fruit tends to be larger. Orchardists can see what's coming, Kalsitz said. More than 5,000 acres of netting have been installed across the state since 2015. It's a labor-intensive project, and it can be thwarted by other climate change factors. If there's too much wildfire smoke in the air, for example.
So what smoke does, it actually acts like a net too. It reduces light by 20% when you have really thick smoke. So when you have reduction by 20% and then you have nets reduced by another 20%, then you start to get in a situation where color development might not be so good. That's an important consideration and a risk in our area where we seem to be getting smoke moving in at these specific times.
Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
The Othello Huskies and Quincy Jacks softball teams were both coming off of a pair of big wins on Saturday. The Huskies swept the reigning state runner-ups Ellensburg, while the Jacks beat Toppenish in the pair of games that saw the two teams combine to score 89 runs. The Huskies quickly asserted themselves in the first inning when they put up 10 runs to take an authoritative lead early. The Jacks defense bounced back and held the Huskies to only 1 run in the second and third innings. The Huskies broke through again in the fourth, scoring 6 runs, largely in part to a 3-run triple hit by Maya Valdez. The Jacks managed to score in the top of the 5th inning to avoid getting shut out, but they still fell to the Huskies in 5 innings, 18-1.
I feel like we have a strong team this year. We go out and we work together really good, off the field and on the field. I'm really excited to go to state this year. I feel like we're going to get up there.
The Huskies advance to 7-0 on the season and lead Division I with a 3-0 conference record. The Jacks fall to 2-1 in the conference, but remain on top of Division II. The Huskies will look to continue their undefeated streak on Thursday when they host Cheney. The Jacks will look to bounce back on Thursday when they host Sela. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.